Hello everyone and welcome to the Captain's video blog. We are Friday, July 29th, 2016. It's actually Saturday morning. It's like 7:20, 7:30 a.m. I mean, but the point this is finished, it will certainly be around 7:30 a.m. even maybe later. So anyway, yeah. I would say that yesterday's the video weblog for Thursday doesn't qualify as earlier. It really qualifies as yesterday, as we crossed the midnight. That was a very awkward sentence. Jesus. So anyway, yeah. Um, One thing. Rich Swan is the last contestant in the Cruiserweight Classic that I tried to remember his name yesterday, and I didn't. I mean, his name didn't cross my mind until I went back and looked at the bracket. I think that his name doesn't, really, just stand out, because right now Rich Swan is on NXT. He's hella talented, but he's not winning, which is a damn shame for someone that has got this much talent. Whoa, mornings are really much more noisy than, when the sun just rises. It's really more noisy, because I would guess that everyone wants to go to on the road where there's not much cars, but turns out that everyone has the same idea, so everyone is on the road at the same time. Genius. So anyway, I feel really way much better than yesterday. First off, because I've slept 9 hours. But you may ask, if I have slept 9 hours, when did I fall asleep? Jesus Christ, small beasts. Just when I stepped outside, a fucking wasp landed on my arm, and I wiggled it, and it's really something that you should not do if you have any kind of conservation instinct, because a wasp is an asshole. It will sting you. So yeah. I slept 9 hours, which means that being 7 something, it would probably mean that I went to sleep around 10 p.m. and woke up, well, just some minutes ago. No, I slept from like 6 p.m. to 3 a.m. Yep. But I mean, I was envisioning that. My plan was to stay awake for as long as needed until Windows 10 was properly installed on my computer. By 6:20, I think, it was looking for updates or upgrades. I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna just lay down on my back, and I will wait. And at several points during the evening and the night, I woke up. But it's not before 3 a.m. that I really sat up and thought that, yeah, well, I'm okay. And with a very, I would say, the timing couldn't be worse. My mother told me, yeah, maybe you should go to sleep, as I woke up, fully awake, fully in control of my body, like maybe around 11 p.m. was a point where I decided to sit up, but I was really sleepy. Like, I fell asleep sitting in front of the TV. The only reason why I couldn't go back on the pillows was because one of my dogs was occupying the place. So yeah. But still, yeah, I've just, as soon as he moved, head on the pillows, good night. But still, yeah, it's kind of disconcerting still, because I ate a meal around 4 a.m. instead of maybe eating an apple or something, but I kind of eat something, a real meal every 24 hours or so. The rest of the day it's apples and bananas and biscuits. I don't know why I'm doing that. I mean, I always kind of make it a point to eat something at the same time chocolatey and milky, because I guess it's a good excuse for a breakfast. I mean, it's an excuse. So yeah, I always kind of make it a point to have a breakfast, because I always think that you cannot really start the day if you don't have a breakfast. No matter when your day starts, it could be at 8 a.m., it could be at 8 p.m. If you don't have kind of a modicum of something milky in your organism, well, you aren't going to go far. Which is a sad excuse for eating shit at 8 p.m. when you're just waking up. So yeah, what can I really talk about? I mean, at the same time, so much time has gone since the other video blog, and at the same time, so little has happened. I was afraid that I would, kind of still be awake by midnight, and the video blog wouldn't be uploaded, and I would have already watched all that I can watch from an anime perspective. Turns out that I didn't have to worry about that, because the video blog was finally online, maybe by 11 p.m., which is, kind of great. I won't spit on that. But still, I watch anime just I started watching anime by 4 p.m. So 4 a.m. So who cares? Yeah. I gotta say that Mob Psycho 100, or whatever it's supposed to be called in Japanese. I mean, besides Mob Psycho, because that's katakana. It's really entertaining, and Bones is really doing a great job at adapting it. Like, they are keeping the art, I would say, the aesthetic of one's manga. They are pretty fucking faithful to it. Like, even when it has to look good, they have taken, like, the episode that I watched was episode 2, and the spirit just dissolves, and it's paint. It looks at least like actual, not watercolor, the other one that just smears that shape, and then it just goes away. And I think that is just great, and I can see that it's not going in a very particularly linear way, but you can just feel that it makes sense, that it doesn't go from point A to point B, and then to point C, but maybe it will cross the point X between point A and point B. That was strange explanation. I'm saying that I'm fine and all, but I'm supposed to go to Toulouse with my parents around 10 a.m. Yeah, with my family. At least not both my parents. I think will be there. So I guess that maybe I shouldn't be there too. I mean, if it's for the wedding, I don't know if I'm really habilitated, to participate in that kind of thing, because I'm the son, So yeah, but still, I'm gonna go in my bed, because I actually want to go in my bed. Sleeping on the couch just doesn't make it for me. My bed is horrible. Like, it's pretty fucked up from every angle you can look at. But still, it's the one place where I can feel like I could fall asleep like that. So yeah. Anyway, I think that in Wednesdays or Tuesdays, maybe, depends. Video weblog, no, probably more likely to be Wednesdays. I said that I didn't do anything because I stayed awake until maybe 2 p.m. and then went to sleep. I actually spent a bit of the morning reading another manga which is called Boku wa Ohime-sama ni Narenai, which is literally translated as I Can Become a Princess. Um, it's basically Cinderella's tale, but the thing is that her brother, the brother of the main heroine, is not an asshole, and the main heroine is mistaken for a boy and makes one of her classmates, a male classmate, think he's gay when he realizes that he loves her, and then it's all resolved in about 30 chapters of about maybe 20 pages. So people are saying that it's rushed, but it might be because they read the chapters as they went instead of, binge reading, if that's even a saying. Because when you binge read, you can see when something is rushed and when something has just taken too much time. Like maybe I can feel that they've been saying that it's rushed because some comic relief characters have only appeared once or twice, but kinda, I mean, I'm not expecting the manga to be over just because the main character revealed that she's a girl. I think that's it's going to have maybe an epilogue, like maybe a couple more chapters, because unknowingly the main heroine, make that was not a good angle. The main heroine had kind of started making her own harem, mainly composed of girls. It's there's one girl who's the main delinquent, and she has her mob, and she's in kind of in love with the girl who she thought was a boy, and there's the dude who was in love with the girl he thought was a boy, so he thought he was gay. And there's his girlfriend that he dumped when he realized that he wasn't gay. And there's the other one who's a crazy fucking girl. I wouldn't say yandere because there's been no dare. She was working for her own interest, and she was talking to a mirror, and the mirror apparently answered, "What?" So yeah, all of this kind of I don't expect it to be just resolved like that and say, haha, well, it's the end. But I expect there to be an epilogue where more of these threads will be, tied. Plot points, not dropping them. Interesting. But at one point they were doing an arc that was the good old arc that you find in most manga that have a setting in a high school, which is the mountain trip, with the test of the bravery test or something. And I remember that in a manga that I've read 3 years ago, which is Kagami no Kuni no Harisugawa, which roughly translates to Harisugawa in the country, in the land of the mirrors. It's a story about a man who got trapped into a mirror when he tried to save the girl that he loved. There's a lot of ecchi, but I don't really mind. I mean, you gotta sell, and it really looks like it didn't, all the ecchi didn't help selling, because the third volume is just, hey, it looks like the editor came to the author and told him or her, hey, so it's really great, but it doesn't sell, so you're gonna have to wrap it up in this volume. And everyone was like, no, and the editor was like, well, fuck it. More like fuck you, but fuck it was more of the reaction from the author, because it had started introducing the friend of the main love interest, who was called Saki, as a more viable option as a girlfriend for the hero. But she, at one point during the mountain trip, she decided that no, fuck it, I will let the boy that I love go with my best friend, even though it rips my heart apart. and I was like, fuck you. Like that's probably the first time that I realized that maybe I could, to me too, I could have a critical onlook on things and say, no, this is, this is definitely bullshit. I know where you're going. I known where you were going from the get-go, but you started going another way. You cannot go back, not so fast. Um, and then the final chapter was chapter at the beach, and I still am, frustrated to no end. I at one point I want the editor to come back to the author and say, hey, so there's been a resurgence on on demands because otakus are like that. They don't ask, they demand, demands for you to go back to that story. So you're gonna make it looking like it looked like it was all a dream or some shit, and you are going again with your original ending, even though he might get a lot of flack for doing that. So yeah, but I'm still hella frustrated. Like I was reading the first two volumes, and at that point, the third volume hadn't come out in Japan. Suddenly, I read news. Yeah, it's been announced that the chapters you're going to read are the final chapters, and I was like, no, wait, you're not even at the halfway point of the story. You could have gone for like six volumes with this shit, but no. So yeah. Anyway, the sun is starting to be a little bit too strong, so I'm gonna stop there. I also start to not feeling my left leg anymore. So yeah, thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. And this time it will be really tomorrow, like maybe 20 hours from now. Goodbye.